Hey, good evening, health freaks. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a really delicious and quick recipe, pickled red onions, okay? So for this recipe you need onions, red onions, a medium onion. These are really small, so I have two small ones to make up for a medium one. Optional peppercorns, apple cider vinegar, and white vinegar. You could substitute rice vinegar for this. Kosher salt, you could use iodized salt, and sugar. All right, so those are ingredients. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these onions and we are going to slice them up on this mandolin. You could use a knife if you want, but a mandolin is going to be much better. You want it to be, come on over here, you want it to be as thin as possible. You want to go down to 1/32 of an inch, okay? So let's start slicing these. Oops. All right, you can pause and we will come back when these are finished being sliced, okay? All right, health freaks, we're back. All right, let's get that mandolin out of here. All right, so if you come up and you take a look, those are nicely, very thinly sliced red onions. So we're gonna take these onions and we're gonna shove them into this little jar. This is a small mouth mason jar. You can use anything, but these are perfect because they fit one onion perfectly. All right, so we'll shove those onions in there. Keep on shoving those in there, okay? Whew, that was good. That may be a little bit too much onions, but I think it'll be okay. All right, so stuff that down in there. Really good. Get rid of that plate. Boom, gone. All right, so now you're gonna make the pickling juice. So we're gonna take 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. 1/4 cup of white distilled vinegar, and like I said, you can also use rice vinegar if you like. A little more of an Asian flair, which I love Asian. And then I forgot, you need 1/2 cup of water. So we're going to come over here and get 2/4 of a cup of water to be a half, because 2/4 makes a half, right? 4/4 makes a cup. All right. And then we're going to do 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt. Kosher is cool, but you can use iodized if you have it. And 1 teaspoon of peppercorns, optional. Okay? All right, so now we're going to put this on the stove. Close all this stuff up. And we're going to boil this, and it's going to be as simple, we'll come back to it. It's going to be as simple as just you pour that hot liquid on top of these onions, and you just let it sit for half an hour. Once it's cooled, you put it in the fridge and you're done. So we'll be back in a sec. Okay, we're back, and the water is boiling. The pickling water is boiling. Let's take a look at that. All right, it's going to be slightly, the apple cider vinegar, slightly brown. So we're going to turn off the stove here, and we're just going to pour this in here, right? Like this. Ooh, watch out for that boiling. Pour this in there. And these, I love these mason jars because they're like perfect for this kind of stuff. Plus like some other things. All right, so now what we can do is let's get a fork really quickly. And we want to push this down a little bit. All right, and so if you don't have enough liquid, what you can always do is let it sit. This is perfect. Let it sit for a few minutes and then cap it and turn it upside down. So that's what you normally can do. All right, so basically let this sit for a little bit. Once it gets a little cool, cap it, or if you don't have enough liquid, flip it upside down after like 10 minutes. And then you can put it in the fridge. And they're actually ready to eat in about 20 minutes. That's all I got. Thanks, guys.